that didn't bring me down because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna treat this like just like I treated football and like just like I treated wrestling. Like I gotta dive deep and I gotta figure out like how these guys do it. Because every day, I'm looking at the leaderboard and John Taylor's selling 16 accounts and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this even possible? But you
Yeah.
see it, right? It's not a lie. Like, it's not fake. And so I'm like, dude, if he's doing this, like, what is he doing? Like, literally.
Welcome everybody out to the D2D podcast. We finally got him. We finally got 𝐶𝐿 to do the Golden Door deep dive. He's been elusive, but we got him. Chuck Mills, how the hell are you, dude?
I am so great. I'm here. I'm ready to bring it. I'm ready to share the deepest, darkest secrets of the industry right now. So let's go.
Oh, I know. And Chuck, you are looking so good. Your boys have been hyping you up. Every podcast I do, they're like, Chuck Mills, has he done it yet? Has he done it yet? I'm like, almost. We're getting him.
Yeah, I love that. Gotta love it. I'm thrilled, excited, and I'm thankful to be here.
I love it, dude. So for those of you tuning in, Charles Mills, Mr. Chuck Mills, is brought to us by Grip Marketing in the pest control space. He just finished a Golden Door not too long ago. How many Golden Doors is this for you, dude?
This was my third
Golden Door. So not a stranger. He's been around the block. 3 for 3. Walk through some of the stats. How much revenue was that? How many accounts was that?
Yeah, 100%. So my first Golden Door was my third year selling in 2021. I did 1,000 accounts that year at a 700 ACV, just 700K. And then that year, the Golden Door was actually 550K. But anyways, so then the second year was 2 years ago, 2022. Well, last year, kind of. That year I did 795 accounts at like an 880. So still 700K, but like 200 less accounts. What a blessing. So much less work. And then this year I set like hard goal to do 1 million in revenue because I had never done that. And that took me 1,000 accounts to do pretty much. I did it with like 990 accounts. And then I was like, whatever, I'm at 990. I might as well get 1,000. So did 10 more accounts. And so I did like 1,010,000 revenue this year.
Whew, jeez, dude. That is it's dude, I love hearing about these like massive stats because it's just so wild because so many companies don't even do $1 million in revenue with like a team of 10 guys. And you literally did what it just is like one of those things. It's like one man's hard work is another man's lazy kind of thing. And one man's lazy is another man's hard work. Like, hat off to you. So much respect. That takes an absurd amount of determination, of dare I say grit, and just
Yes, sure does.
Just goals. So walk me through a little bit. I want to know, how did you get into the industry? What inspired you to level up to the degree that you're a third-year Golden Door winner?
Yeah, 100%. So I kind of have a interesting story into sales. So I sold 𝐬𝐿𝐾. You ever heard of that?
Oh yeah.
The knives. Yes, I did that my senior year of high school. And I was like, this is sick. Like, this is actually kind of fun. I did it for like 6 months and made 10 grand. And I was like, dude, I'm rich. Like, I think I could be good at sales. Which as a senior in high school, like, that was actually kind of lit. But anyways, so I had like a cool introduction to sales that way. Like, it's a pretty easy job, honestly, because you're mostly talking to like your family's friends about it. So it's like it's pretty low pressure, and I don't know. I had a good experience my first time doing sales that way, and I just genuinely like talking to people and meeting new people. Like, I think it's way cool. You learn so much. So had a good taste in my mouth from that experience. Then I went out to BYU, did my freshman year, met Jackson Jr. there, who's one of the owners at the Grit, and we became way good friends, and just stayed in touch. I went on my mission, LDS mission, to the Philippines, which was way awesome. And then when I got back,
you learned Tagalog?
I learned Tagalog.
Kumusta?
Okay lang.
That's all I know.
Mabuti. I actually learned Ilonggo primarily because I was in Bacolod. It's in like South Philippines. Did you serve in the Philippines too?
No, my sister did. That's why I know a couple
okay,
words.
Chill. Yeah, cool. Heck yeah. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, no, you know the vibes. Philippines is so sick. Anyways. Yeah. So yeah, got back from that, reconnected with Jackson. He just switched from Aptive to 𝐸𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸x. And so he was like, bro, you got to come check out 𝐸𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸x. I just switched there. Like, it's way sick. And I was like, well, I don't really know what you're switching from, but yeah, sure, I'll go check it out. Because I didn't really know much about door-to-door at that time. But yeah, I liked the vibes. Met like John, like my first time there, I met like John Taylor, Garth, you know. I didn't know much about summer sales because I'm actually from Georgia. So I had no idea like about the whole summer sales thing like at all. But I was like, these guys seem like legit and like they're way nice. They're not douchebags. Like, they seem like they know what they're doing. They're clearly very successful, and like it was honestly more that was attractive to me than like the whole prospect of going out and making thousands of dollars. I was like, dude, these guys like seem like they know where they're headed in life, and that's where I wanted to be. So anyways, decided to give it a shot that first summer. And you know, I attribute a lot of like my success to that experience with 𝐬𝐿𝐾𝐭, kind of just, you know, not being afraid of sales, and, you know, just kind of like having a good, you know, vibe around it. Because I feel like a lot of people don't actually, especially when they first start. It's like very scary and intimidating, but it's really not. So I feel like that was a plus. And then I played football and I wrestled in high school, and I like really cared about that stuff, and I cared a lot about growing as like a person through it, and like believing in myself, and like really trying to be the best, and focusing on the details to become the best, and realizing like how much goes into actually being the best at something. I feel like with sports in high school, that's where I first like experienced that. You know, really diving into something and like finding those hidden advantages, and just seeing like, bro, how is this guy so good? Like, what is he doing? Figuring out what he's doing. And I did that with sports, you know, a lot growing up. And I feel like that is literally like a blueprint for success in whatever you do. But for this job, it especially was for me, you know, because when you start at sales, me, just like anyone else, like I sucked for sure. It was embarrassing. I didn't know what to say, all the things, right? But like that didn't bring me down, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna treat this like just like I treated football, and like just like I treated wrestling. Like, I gotta dive deep and I got to figure out like how these guys do it, because every day, you know, I'm looking at the leaderboard and John Taylor's selling 16 accounts, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is this even possible? You know, but you
Yeah.
see it, right? It's not a lie. Like, it's not fake. And so I'm like, dude, if he's doing this, like, what is he doing? Like, literally. And so yeah, that's kind of how I got traction, I would say, in this industry. Is I literally just, you know, I committed. I said, okay, you know, I suck at this. I need to get better. Dude, I'm gonna watch freaking John Taylor training videos till like midnight every single night. And I'm gonna, like, you know, read freaking Grant Cardone, Sell or Be Sold. You know, it's just like I really dived into the resources, and like I just like anyone else, I failed literally thousands of times, and I still do, right? Doing this job. But like, dude, I really think that's like, it's such a key to success that people know about, but they just aren't willing to like actually go through all the crap it takes to do that. You know, it sucks to fail a lot. There's nothing fun about it. There's nothing cool about it. There's nothing sexy about it, right? But it's like, dude, you have to do that. You literally have to. There's no way around it. No one just instantly like becomes goated at anything, right? And it's like, dude, that's something I believe super strongly in, and I did when I first started this. And so I, you know, I went through all the crap, and, you know, I think there's a lot of things about me that are like, that come from just, you know, believing in that and actually executing it.
I love that. It's crazy because a lot of times guys mistake talent or hard work for talent. It's like they don't see, you know, the late nights staying up till midnight watching John Taylor's training videos. They don't see the late nights, you know, writing notes from Grant Cardone's book. They don't see the late nights and the early mornings. Oftentimes they don't see the failures on the doors. They just see the successes. They see the 16 accounts on the day. They see the $1 million revenue. They see the golden doors. And it's one of those things. It's like, if they really saw the amount of work that it took, it would just like almost shake them to the core and be like, oh, well, one, it's attainable, and two, it's a lot harder than I thought it'd be. Because one thing, and this is one thing we talk about on the podcast, it's like, Golden Door winners, you guys are just regular guys. You guys are normal dudes. Like, we were talking about like how �ґ is just like, he's no different than just like a homie like that you had in high school. Like, he's just a chill guy, you know?
Literally.
And he's the #1 pest control in the world. Yeah. And it's nuts that
100%.
You know, sometimes we have that false paradigm that, like, you know, Golden Door winners, they're built different. They're this, they're that. When in reality, it's just like, if you plugged into their systems and you committed to it, you'd get it, Golden Door.
Yeah.
So what would you say?
Yeah, I agree.
What would you say are those systems that people need to plug into to get Golden Door?
I'd say you can very rarely ever do something that like no one around you has done. I would say that first and foremost. So whatever it is you're trying to do, if you're trying to sell a Golden Door, dude, if you're not talking to and training with and learning from someone that has already done it, then you should like find that. I like really believe that, because it's like, yeah, there's a chance that you can figure stuff out, like, for sure, but it will be so much harder. Because you just don't know what you don't know, right? So I can only speak from my experience about like those systems. It's like, dude, I wanted to be elite. I wanted to sell 1,000 accounts. dude, I'm going to go talk to the guy that's done it twice, John Taylor. Right. So 2021, before that summer, I'm like, dude, how do you do it? What do you actually do? Like, tell me, and there's a lot that goes into it, right? Different strategies for knocking and strategies for, all the things, mental, keeping your mentals good. What do you think about? How do you instill that much self-belief? Like, dude, there's just so many, ways to go about it. But I mean, that's just kind of just base principle. Like, how do you get there? How do you sell a golden door? Dude, find someone that has already done it. Because
Easy.
they know.
And I love that so much. Especially because, like, with D2D-Con coming up, it's like, especially because we make it a big push. Like, there's no recruiting at D2D-Con. Like, guys, go up and talk to Chuck. Go up and talk to ''𝐶𝐸'. They're more than willing to make new friends. They're more than willing. They love networking. They're open books. They're abundant.
100%.
And it's a beautiful thing to see. They're not gonna, like, if you have your guys come and talk to them, they're not gonna poach them. They're not gonna do all these things. It's like, guys, literally exactly that. If you've never done something before, don't just reinvent the wheel. Go talk to someone that's freaking done it and see how they did it.
Exactly. Yes.
Because think of this, Chuck. It's like, think of the thousands of hours that you spent in that learning curve, in learning sales techniques, and trial and error, and all those things. And then now you distill the best of that information and what worked, and you give it to someone else. It's like, literally, it's cutting so much of that learning curve and the dummy tax, and is instantly like handed to you in this beautiful wrapped package that now you just have to go and apply it.
Exactly. Yep. 100%.
And speaking to that, so you learning to go get a golden door, you're talking to John Taylor, you're doing these things, your advice to guys is to talk to golden door reps. And what would you say, because there are a lot of first year reps, or maybe like they just came off of a kind of a crappy year and they're inspired to want to go do a golden door, and they're talking to guys and they're picking their brains and they're going out. What would you say to, the first year rep that's going out and doing it?
Yeah, I would say to first year rep who's just wanted to go out and get, make the most out of the experience. It's like, for me, it's like, I would just say, like, this is one of those jobs where it's not something that you try. It's just really not. It's like, I would say anyone that's going out to try summer sales probably won't finish, right? This job is hard. It's like, it's a refiner's fire, but that's also the reason why it's so great. So I would just say to, like, any first year rep is like, dude, you got to attack it. You can't, like, I like to make like football analogies. I love football. It's like, dude, if you're on the line and the ball snaps and you're not even like getting out of your stance, like, what do you think's gonna happen to you? Like, you're gonna get destroyed, right? And like, you're playing linebacker, it's a halfback dive, and like the fullback's coming up the middle to like get you out of the way. If you stand on your feet and you don't move, like, what's gonna happen to you? You're gonna get blown up. And so I would just say, like, I take that to this job. It's like, dude, come out the gates swinging, like, attack it, train, like, work really hard, work way hard, be the first one out and work the whole time. Doesn't matter if you suck. That doesn't matter. You take pride in what you can control, right? And actually care. Caring. I feel silly saying that, but like, dude, people, it's something that I just see so often that I feel like I have to say it. Dude, like, care about what you're doing. Don't be apathetic and like, and go out and be like, oh, I hope some things roll my way today. It's like, bro, what? Dude, you gotta care. Like, dude, if you don't care, why should someone talking to you care? You know what I mean? Dude, care about your success. Don't just chalk up a day to be like, oh, well, I just didn't do that good today, or didn't really find anyone. It doesn't really matter. I've always got tomorrow. It's like, dude, no. Every day is like, or you gotta be urgency. Like, you gotta make stuff happen. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's like a really simple way to like actually be way successful, is literally just to care. It's like, dude, if you're a first year rookie, don't treat this job like some little opportunity floating by. Oh, I hope I get lucky and make 20 grand. Dude, I promise you won't. You'll get blown up, right? So, but dude, if you care and you train and you attack every day, like, dude, you will crush it. And even if you didn't like super crush it financially, personally, you will crush it, because you will grow so much as a person and learn so much and develop. Dude, I don't think there's anything better someone can do than this job for a summer, for personal development and confidence. I actually do believe that.
100,000%. It's wild. It's wild. Dude, and it's interesting, speaking to that a little bit, because a lot of people look at it like it is like a luck of the draw. It's a lottery. It's, if you get lucky, you might make X amount of money. I remember when I first got recruited into door to door, my best friends were like, it's no guarantee. Maybe you get lucky. And it's like, no way in hell you get lucky. You either figure it out or you don't. It's a skill set. It's something learnable. So why do you think guys think it's a luck of the draw sometimes?
I think it's just people making excuses for failure. Everybody always wants to justify why they don't do something. Like, no matter what it is. It's literally just like a human nature. And so that's exactly why I think people do that. It's just like, dude, nothing. Here's the thing. Luck is actually a thing. It for sure is. But like, dude, the hardest working people are the luckiest in most scenarios.
You create your own luck.
I get lucky a lot. Yes. Dude, I got lucky a lot this summer. I've also been very unlucky a lot. I've been way more unlucky than I've been lucky. But because of how hard I work, I'm luckier than most people, because I'm putting myself in a lot of different scenarios constantly.
Well, have you heard that old phrase? It's like, luck is when preparation meets opportunity.
Yeah, 100%.
Chuck, why should people care?
People should care because life is too short to not care, right? Me personally, I can't fathom a life where I'm not like trying to excel at the thing that I'm doing. And I think it's like depressing to not care. That's like a sad thing for me to think about. It's like, dude, why would I just putter along and accept what life has to like give me? Like, I don't know. That just seems really sad to me.
Right.
Dude, caring is fun. You're getting involved, you're learning, you're growing, you're failing, you're laughing, you're also sucking, but then you're learning from it. Like, dude, it's a whole experience. And sorry, my wife's just getting in the car.
You're good.
And like, dude, there is a plethora of reasons to care. The reasons not to care, suck, in my opinion. So I think everyone should.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's here's the thing too. It's like you shouldn't just care, just out of your own self-interest. Gosh, just like look at like the ripple effect of like Cody Olive and Drew Hansen hitting $1 million back in 2020. Look at how many lives it's blessed, them going out and doing something crazy like that. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, 100%. I'm a direct, I am someone that's directly impacted by what the sacrifice and how much they cared. Dude, if it wasn't for Drew Hansen, because we were together in 2020, like that was my second year selling, and dude, I wasn't even really trying to, make this job a career or anything remotely close to that. I was just trying to make money to pay for college, and meanwhile he's like out there knocking till 10 p.m. and I'm like, bro, why? Why do you care so much? And dude, like, just it's been cool to like to see, I think you can do that with anything. If you attack anything with that much intensity, you can make anything really awesome. I mean, we make selling pest control door to door awesome. Like,
yeah,
it's not like this is some glamorous, like, job. Like, it's not, but like, we attack it with utmost intensity and vigor. And like, that's why it's great,
I love
and I think that mentality translates to anything.
I love it. Well, Chuck, unfortunately, we have to let you go here. But why should people care to come to D2D-Con?
Dude, it's such a cool opportunity. I mean, something we've been talking about is just caring. Dude, like, if coming to an event like this is like, dude, it's proving to yourself that you care, and you're getting involved, you're meeting people in the industry. It's like we always talk about how, like, execution creates opportunities. It's like, dude, this is an opportunity to go execute in your life. Who knows? Maybe some of the people you meet, end up helping you out a ton in your life in some way or another. Maybe you help somebody else, but maybe you learn something from a speaker that, like, has a huge impact on the rest of your life. So, or maybe it doesn't, but it's like, dude, life is all about taking risks, and why not?
Exactly. Well, dude, we're excited to have you at D2D-Con. We're excited to welcome you on the stage. And guys, January 25th through the 27th, come hang out, come meet Chuck, come meet the boys. It's going to be a wild party. I'm honestly just stoked for just like hanging out with everyone. It's beautiful making friends with people and you guys on the podcast. So everyone, thank you for tuning in. This has been a great episode of the Golden Door Deep Dive, and keep tuning in for more tips and tricks from the Golden Door winners this past year.